Well, today, the U.S. Census Bureau released preliminary data from its 2020 count. We learned each state's estimated population. And these numbers carry a lot of weight when it comes to elections, so it could be bad news for Pennsylvania, as we will now lose political clout in Washington. Our Kristen Allen joins us now to break down the census data and explains just what it means for Pennsylvania. Kristen.
Hi, Emily. Now, the key takeaways from the census numbers today is that Pennsylvania will be losing one seat in the House of Representatives and the Electoral College. So let's take a quick look at the shift in Congress. So 7 states all lost one representative each, including Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York, along with several other states in California for the very first time. Those seats will shift to 6 states: Oregon, Montana, Colorado, North Carolina, and Florida, and 2 for Texas. Now, there's a lot of ways to interpret what the shift will mean in our next election, but there's no way to tell what it will look like long term.
U.S. Census numbers could be a bad sign for Pennsylvania, New York, and Ohio. A loss of Electoral College votes and a representative in Congress.
Is a shift of 7 seats among 13 states, which is the smallest number of seats shifting among the states in any decade since the current method of calculating apportionment was adopted.
Political Science Department Chair at Mercyhurst University, Dr. Joe Morris, says the loss of representation means trouble for the Rust Belt.
Types of events have really significant political ramifications. It means over the long run that the Midwest is becoming less important in national politics.
Population growth in Republican states like Texas does not necessarily mean those places will stay red.
We shouldn't assume that just because Texas is growing in terms of its population that it's going to be a more powerful state for Republicans into the future.
A big concern with every census is gerrymandering, redrawing those district lines to reflect one party. Now, long term, Dr. Morris says that practice doesn't hold up. Gerrymandering is common with both Democrat and Republican-led legislatures.
We gerrymander districts. We guarantee that only a Republican or only a Democrat is going to be elected. And those members of Congress then have no reason to compromise with one another.
And that's why he says the census is so important. Even though it's not perfect, the survey steers the country where it needs to go.
The census provides us with a wealth of demographic data that can be used by lawmakers who are trying to formulate good public policy.
Now, we won't have specific data for counties or demographic data just yet. Those numbers are slated to be released August 16th. Live from the studio, Kristen Allen, Erie News Now.